We need to start our RH blood group system. We are in blood physiology. Now we are at last part, that is in our blood grouping is our RH blood group system. We already completed our ABO blood group system. So this is mainly in the name you can understand RH means it is discovered mainly in our rhesus monkey, and RBCs here are mainly coming from the monkey, and this is RBC is injected to the mouse or rabbit or any other small animals. So after injecting this, you can understand now this RBC is acting like an antigen, and this animal body now produces an antibody against the RBC. So that animal made the antibodies, those can agglutinate all the rhesus monkey factors or antigen about 100%. So they are able to agglutinate means they are clumping them. So later they were tested on the humans, and the same antibodies can also agglutinate 85% of white population or European population, and in 15% of population there are no reaction. So in only 15% there is no reaction, but all others show the reaction, so that it is positive test. So we'll see what are this RH. So then speculated 85% of people have something common in the RH monkey and the humans, that is RH positive, and 15% who don't have them are known as RH negative. So almost in our whole world we have only most of them as RH positive. So more than 50 RH antigens are present now. They are proteins and they have peptide chain. So if you remember in ABO blood group system we have seen they are mainly oligosaccharides. But whereas RH blood group system are mainly proteins. And in ABO blood group system they have many IgM as antibody, but in the case of in the RH they have mainly IgG, and IgG can cross the placenta, and remember IgG normally don't undergo the process of agglutination. So that is the difference between IgM and IgG. So you can see the more than 50 RH antigens are now, and they are proteins, and they have peptide chain, that is 12 pass. Mainly they have the 12 pass membrane which is present in the RBC and also called the membrane protein. So they have 6 extra and intracellular loops. So you can say total 12 pass membrane means you can understand 6 plus 6, 6 intracellular loops and 6 extra cellular loops. So epitopes are also present on the extracellular loops. So of course epitopes, the binding sites of antigens or antibodies are mainly present on the extracellular loops, and D antigen is the most powerful antigen of the RH molecule. So RH molecule is mainly having a powerful molecule called as D antigen, and D antigen is one of the amino acid sequence of 12 pass protein. So 5 antigens of RH are mainly D antigen is the most one. Next C by C means smaller c, larger c, and larger e and smaller e. So these antigens don't have small d antigen. Actually small d antigen is not present. If we say it is present also, you can understand that it is a minor one, it is a recessive one, not dominant one. So your capital letters are the dominant one. So these are also called as RH factors. So remember D, C, E, all these are also called as RH factors. So they are coated with genes. These are mainly precursor cells. RHD gene, RHCE gene. RHD gene form D antigen. RHCE, in this one you can see C and E are formed from this antigens. So RH system antigens are mainly proteins, and ABO system antigens are mainly oligosaccharides or carbohydrates. So RHD is the most prevalent, most immunogenic. Then we say if on RBC if you find this RHD, then you can say that it is positive. For example, if this RHD is present along with A blood group, then we say A positive. If it is present with B, then we'll say B positive. If it is not present, then we just say D negative, B negative, like that. So a person with D antigen is D positive, without D antigen they got D negative. So if the density of D is less, it is known as weak D, and they have few D molecules, sometimes they are not visible. So D antigen has mainly 4 epitopes, and example like dog. So dog have 4 legs, so like that D antigen has 4 epitopes, and in partial D we have half epitopes are missing. We also have partial D in which half epitopes are missing. And RHD null means you can understand here there is rare, neither D or nor CE or E, all are absent in this. RHD means RH null means here D is absent, C is absent, all factors of RH are absent in the case of null. So here RHD gene is mutant, so because of the mutations they are not able to form. And ABO with D antigen they form the positive groups, and ABO without D they form the negative groups. So in American whites 85% are RH positive, American blacks 95% RH positive, African blacks 100% RH positive, and Asians 99%, all of them are RH positive. So RHAG agglutinogens means antigen, antibody means agglutinin. So that's what we know this. So we've drawn a table to understand the differences between the RH and ABO, so that we can grasp it more easily, because just now we have completed ABO, so with the differences we can easily cover them also. So RH antigens, here they have ABO antigens. Here D negative or D positive proteins, here they're proteins. Here we have ABO positive or ABO negative oligosaccharides, and antibodies are formed. Here also antibodies are formed. And Rh incompatibility in Rh negative and Rh positive baby, we know that here anti-A, anti-B antibodies are produced spontaneously, naturally, but here antibodies are auxiliaries, they are not produced spontaneously. And yeah, so first we'll complete Rh side, next we'll go to ABO side because we just now completed. So you can say D positive, D negative, no antibody against Rh as they are not commonly available in nature. Yeah, always in nature, as this Rh antigens are not possible, normally any person will not form any antibodies against it unless by any means like this. In the case of this negative mother carrying the positive fetus, only in that case by rapid inflow or rapid initiating process only they can form the antigens against the RBCs, antibodies against the RBCs. So whenever they are exposed to D antigen, they produce the anti-D antibodies. So by wrong transfusion of blood or fetalis, fetalis, anti-Rh antibodies are against peptide antigens, and IgM are formed, and by exposure next the IgG is formed, requires help to T helper cells for this IgM to IgG. So you remember IgG is mainly present in Rh. So mainly first they have IgM, later they require the T helper cells. So because of the helping of this T helper cells, they later convert this IgM into IgG. And more severe in Rh incompatibility of hemolysis. So they have more hemolysis, and anti-D or Rh antibodies are mainly IgG, and IgG don't activate the complements. IgG is monomeric, whereas IgM is pentameric, and it doesn't produce intravascular hemolysis. It produces extravascular hemolysis, and macrophages destroy the RBC, and this is extravascular hemolysis and delayed process and appear in the fast fetal life. So now we'll see the ABO system till where we have stopped. Yeah, we are here. So anti and anti-B are IgM. In few cases they also IgG, but mostly IgM. No IgG because T helper cells are not activated, only peptides. Yeah, remember that in the case of ABO blood group system, T helper cells are not present because T helper cells can only get activated only by peptides but not by oligosaccharides. You can understand here ABO or oligosaccharides, so no need of T helper cells, so only here IgM is present. So whenever you want to convert the IgM antibody into IgG, we need a T helper cell in between them. But T helper cell only works in a proteins, but this ABO is a oligosaccharide. So here they remain only as IgM but not convert into IgG. But here they convert into IgG. So if A positive mom, that is mother, with a B positive baby, then you can understand B positive baby means they form anti-A antibody, but this anti-A antibody can't cross the placenta because this is IgM. So may produce anti-B antibody, but it can't affect the baby effectively because IgM can't cross the placenta. So less severe incompatibility or less severe hemolysis is seen in this case when compared with erythroblastosis fetalis. So anti-A or anti-B antibodies are IgM, they are pentameric, but IgG is monomeric. And complement cascades are like C1, 4B, 2A, C3B, 5B. They are released by finally activate the liver. And IgM produce the intravascular hemolysis where the hemoglobin is released into the recipient circulation. And intravascular is rapid hemolysis and appear later in the fetal life. So this is appearing later in the fetal life, but this is appearing fast in the fetal life. That is our RH. But ABO is appearing later in the fetal life. So this is all about RH genes, and now let us see the RH genes and inheritance patterns. So RH proteins are mainly having 12 pass membrane protein. They have D variants. Just now we see extracellular loop 2 and 4 have mainly C variants or E variants, and there is no D protein. If present, they are non-functional. Means small d is not present. Short term of chromosome 1, there is a special nucleotide sequence which is responsible to produce capital D protein gene, that is RHD gene. So RHCE gene produces proteins like C and D, and Rh negative people RHD gene is deleted. RHDD is dysfunctional or absence of D. RHD is present, Rh positive, RHD small d means Rh negative. So DD Rh positive homozygous, DD also positive because capital D heterozygous positive, small dd homozygous negative. So combinations with CED may be like this. You can see here DC, capital D, so positive, small d negative, capital D present, then positive, small d negative, capital D positive, small d negative, capital D positive, small d negative. So by seeing this mainly capital D only we can find out. No need to see this capital C, capital E. They are like of least importance. Mostly we should find the in the case of RH blood grouping system, mostly we will take consider only the capital D because capital D is the most powerful one. So one chromosome with other chromosome, it is a haplotype, one from the mother and other from the father. For example, chromosome 20 from the mother and chromosome 20 from the father. So for example, DCE plus DCE, this is from mother, this is from father, then capital D only will be the one. So it's Rh positive heterozygous, and there are two haplotypes, homologous chromosomes. Here you can see, here also capital D positive homozygous, small d homozygous negative. So if we draw the Punnett case for this, we can see paternal side, maternal side. From maternal side, if we get both, means both are having capital R, or you can say capital D. Both, so for example, they will be 100% homozygous Rh positive. But here paternal, maternal is capital R, small r. So half of them, 25% are homozygous positive, 25% are homozygous negative, and 50% are heterozygous positive. In the case here you can see from maternal side, paternal side, 50% are homozygous positive and 50% are heterozygous negative in this case. And here you can see from maternal side, paternal side, Rh positive, heterozygous, all are positive, if like this. But here you need to find out one thing, that here both are RR, means negative. So negative mother carrying positive fetus. So this will be again a problem. Even in this case, where I found both RR, small r's. So when there are both small r's, it's a problem. Here also we see both small r's. So negative mother carrying positive baby, then this will cause a erythroblast fetalis. So we can give anti-D injections to prevent this. So 50% heterozygous also here also, yeah. For example, see, capital R, small r's 2, capital R, small r's 2. So 50% may be again homozygous Rh negative, and 50% again may be heterozygous Rh positive in this case. And if all are small r, this is very, here there is no problem, because here Rh negative mom and Rh negative baby, so no problem, because both are negative, no antibodies are formed. So all babies formed are also Rh negative here, homozygous. So immunogenicity is mainly greater for D and next greater for C. So for example, if we give capital D, C, E, then we'll say it is Rh positive. But in this case, C, E, no D, then we'll compare C only. So positive. For example, we give E, small c, you will say negative, because E is not considered, mainly C is considered next. So first D, next C, next E. So first D, next C is most powerful, next D. So this is how we need to see. So this is all about our Rh influenza. Yeah, next we are going to start cardiac physiology. So we have completed our blood physiology. Only immunity and allergies remaining. We will also complete that.